thank you guys for coming and for hearing about our toolkit. My name is Charlie Hyatt, and I am one of a great team, Team 4, which is comprised of Michael Whitley, Fernanda Gutierrez, Tiffany Bradford Oldham, Stuart Shaw, and Melissa Mendoza. We were asked the question, how do libraries position themselves as key players in local economic development? Well, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 11.7% of California's population is self-employed as of 2015. Of that, 10.9% are white ownership, leaving up to a 5.7% gap between Black and Latino counterparts. So our mission became to provide a framework for California libraries to support business ownership for those underrepresented individuals. We have 3 areas of focus. They are our desire to help underrepresented adults, to create and design a toolkit to empower those adults that can be used to establish business programs and centers, and also to provide an extensive review of literature and current library programs. So picture this, we have a African-American single mother in her 20s named Tamika. She creates bows from her house. Her business is growing. Her community is wanting more of these. They are asking for gifts for their family, and she wants to make it bigger. She wants to not only make money from this, but to grow for this. What is set against her? She doesn't have the experience, and she doesn't have the educational background to create her business. So where does she go? To us, our library, where we have a California Librarian Small Business Toolkit. This is our solution for Tamika. Our website is clear and concise. We have it in 3 different sections. We have our homepage, which gives you insight to our vision of the project, but also who we are as a team. Then we have a librarian's resource page. These are comprised of tools and resources librarians can use to create their own business centers at their location for those like Tamika who want to expand. Then we have direct patron resources, where the librarians can actually directly link to their homepage if they have limitations with their own institutional websites. And this is where Tamika can look herself for these items, for the information she needs to grow her business. Now, Tiffany will go over our toolkit and take it from here.
Thank you, Charlie. So as Charlie mentioned, we are trying to find a way to help Tamika, who is a small hobbyist now, expand to become an entrepreneur. And so I want to take some time to walk you through what is our solution, which is the California Librarian Small Business Toolkit, our website. So I wanted to highlight some very important resources that are on our website toolkit. First, things that are under the librarians resources, and then some things that are under our patron resources. So first, let me say that one of the great things about our toolkit is we are trying to put all of the resources that a library system or a patron who is coming in trying to find information to start their business would need all in one place. So under librarians resources, one of the things that we are highlighting is electronic databases. Under this particular heading, we have some information about free databases that librarians and libraries could possibly use to start building their own business center. But we also have information regarding tools that you might already be purchasing. If you are purchasing the Gale products, we have included that information right here under those electronic resources. Right here, you see we have the Data Axle and the Guild Business Demographics and A to Z databases. These databases and resources would be wonderful tools for Tamika to use to be able to find out about what type of businesses are in her local area, as well as getting more information on the things that she would need in order to start building and creating that first business plan she will need. Another thing that our website offers is patron resources that focus on, excuse me, programming a business center. Under our Programming a Business Center tab, we talk about different ideas that your library could possibly incorporate into your programming for your new business center. One of the first things that we wanted to highlight is business networking events. These events allow individuals within your community that might have their own business or they are in a similar type of industry to come in, network, meet each other, and make those business-to-business contacts. Because for individuals like Tamika, often what is the case is they don't have those resources readily available to them. Another idea that we have here that you could possibly incorporate is a business plan contest. We've highlighted examples from other places around the country that offer a business plan contest for individuals who have come into their libraries, made that first business plan using their resources, and it will give them that startup capital that they need. Because everyone can't just go and call, their family or friend and get $20,000 to start a business. And oftentimes, people who come from underrepresented backgrounds don't have any ways to build that startup capital because they might not have the collateral, the contacts, or even the credit to do so. Another idea that we have is hosting speakers. We see libraries as being in position to be a bridge to offer classes and resources and not have to be subject matter experts on how to start businesses. So hosting speakers who are part of your local chamber of commerce, who are part of some of your local business resources is a great way for libraries who don't know exactly all the information that they might need in order to be able to provide those subject matter expertise to your patrons. And especially for individuals like Tamika, this is a great opportunity for them to come in, learn all the things that they would need to know to get started. Another idea that we have listed here is workshops. As we have said, these are great opportunities for libraries to offer programming and not have to necessarily be, again, subject matter experts, but to allow different groups such as your local chamber or maybe a tax professional to come in and give individuals like Tamika that information that they would need in order to start working on those business plans and to really kind of work through some of the issues that she might need to know, such as how to navigate the tax code for having a small business, since you don't want to get in trouble with the federal tax board, or offer her an opportunity to come in and learn about different ways to market her business as she's trying to grow. And the very last thing that we have on this particular page is mentorship. We have mentioned two resources here, the Small Business Administration tool and SCORE, who offer mentoring for individuals who are starting out and trying to develop their own small business. So that can give Tamika her opportunity to really tailor and ask questions that she might have that are really specific to what she's doing as part of her business. So these are all resources that are here on this page. And the last resource I wanted to talk about was government partnerships. So under the librarian's resource, we have listed some government partnerships, and we have divided them up into 3 sections: local, state, and federal. These resources have all the information you need to get started to understand what locally is available, what at the state level is available, and what federally is available for your small business center. To highlight some of the resources we have here, we have the list of local business resources, which if you don't know who your local chamber is and your local contacts are, this is a great way to get hooked up with those individuals who can then come in and offer those workshops, those business networking events, and those mentorships, and really start building a partnership at your library so you can be that bridge between hobbyist to entrepreneur. At the state level, we have highlighted here the Office of Small Business Advocate, which is a great tool that has been developed by the governor, which will give you a lot of insight on what the state requires for small businesses to be compliant in order to be able to successfully function here in the state of California. And the last thing is we have those federal resources that will give you information about what is the federal requirements for registering your business, to figure out those tax pieces. So Tamika doesn't end up having to have a really hard and terrible call with the IRS, because she has been given those resources from the library as a means to really get started with her business. Now, the last thing that I really wanted to highlight on our website is patron resources. And of course, that might seem a little strange to have this as part of our toolkit for libraries. However, this is what we intend for libraries and systems where they might only have a small portion of a larger government's webpage to use for their library. So that way you don't have to hunt down your webmaster in order to create a new page to create those resources for your small business center for individuals who might not have transportation to get into your library branches. What you can use is our toolkit to then link directly to those resources. So individuals like Tamika can stay at home and be able to kind of look through what we have and find what she might need and not waste the time of trying to figure out transportation, childcare, and all the many other barriers that usually come in place for individuals from underrepresented backgrounds to be able to start a business of their own. And one of the things we really wanted to highlight on this particular set of patron resources is resources for various business endeavors. These resources that we have on this page meets people where they are. We have a section for gig workers. So if you are an individual who is doing things like DoorDash or Lyft or Uber, we have those resources right here for you to figure out, and your patrons to figure out what they might need in order to file taxes or manage their work. Since that can be a little bit of a barrier for individuals who are looking for opportunities to be their own independent business or to work as a contractor. Another is Building Entrepreneurs, which talks about some of the things that are important for individuals who are really just starting out, such as how to get started, what do you need to open, what do you need to close a business, because many businesses do fail. Those resources are going to be very important for an individual like Tamika, who is, again, starting out and might not know all the things that might fall into the issues that she will be facing, and that will give her those resources right there. The next is the mom and pop businesses, where it talks about what are some of the benefits of working for yourself and ways to develop those partnerships that Tamika will need when she's starting to work out what her business plan will be in her model, and she needs to make those first business to business contacts so she can get supplies for the bows that she makes. The next resource that we have is Adults in Career Transition. Often, many patrons and individuals don't start out wanting to form their own business or coming from some other career path or some other job. And for individuals like Tamika, it is very hard to navigate being a job employee to being in business for herself. And so we have resources here to help individuals figure out how to make that transition from being essentially a jobber to an entrepreneur. And the last set of resources here on this page for patron resources and resources for various business endeavors is our information for underrepresented adults. For individuals, especially like Tamika, there's often programs and resources that are available for individuals who come from different minority backgrounds. And as a Black woman, this is a great resource for her to find those special programs and special funding sources that are specifically geared to helping women and also Black people form and build a new business and have all the grants and information that they would need to get started. So again, this is our toolkit, and it is truly meant to be a resource, not only for librarians, but also for patrons. And for individuals like Tamika who are coming from different backgrounds, it is a great way for her to have all the things that she needs to be successful, because we as a library want to be a bridge to individuals who are wanting to become entrepreneurs. And I'm going to hand it back over to Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. That was amazing. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, cool. Okay, so with our toolkit in mind, the results that we intend from the toolkit are increased interactions between staff and patrons, as the staff is knowledgeable in this resource. Tamika can feel comfortable to go and talk to a staff member. We want improved long-term relationships between the library and staff. The library as more a visible and prominent presence by partner with the entrepreneurial community, acting as an entrepreneur hub. And then we want easy, fast access to important information and resources. Like your library users like Tamika can find them quickly and get to the answers and resolve they need. There are three things that we would like for the community to reflect back as perceptions as a result of this program. We want the public to feel that the library is a bridge to their business resource institutions. We want patrons like Tamika to see the library as a partner and a resource for business. And we also want local underrepresented potential entrepreneurs and business owners to create successful businesses. So Tamika can have her bow business and expand. What we still need, however, is regular staffing for the site to make sure that things are updated and that links aren't going dead, videos for the toolkit, and a directory of regional contact names. We have 4 requests. Based on our toolkit, we would love to have promotion to libraries of our toolkit. We would like to have website hosting so that it can be hosted for the entire California state. We would like more resources, such as the videos that I mentioned earlier, to illustrate steps and opportunities, directories of resources and regional contact names, so that the information is there and ready. We would also like a grant-based resource for libraries to develop their own business development resources. And we hope that you're as excited as us about the opportunity to provide our underserved populations with resources that will contribute to California's economic future. And let's help build California's economy together. And thank you so much.